First time in Algarve. I am super excited to be here. I've lived in Portugal for like 2 years and a half, 3 years, but I never came to the south. And I had to come to Porto for work this week, and I just decided, what if I just take some days off and enjoy what Portugal has to offer for the summer? And I'm really excited as well because it's a solo trip and it's been a while since I've done one. And I'm excited to see how I interact with the world again, like by myself in a place that's sunny and that like I'm not gonna think about work, how I interact with others, how I interact with the world, because it's been a while since I felt really passionate about life and I really want to get that again, which I think that obviously 4 days, this might be asking a lot for 4 days in one place. But I don't know. Sometimes you're just like 4 days away from meeting the love of your life, 4 days away from good news, 4 days away from a breakthrough. So these are my intentions. And I also think it started off really well because I was, obviously I was in Porto, as I said. And then I came down to Faro, which is the closest airport. And from Faro, took the train to Portimão, which is where I am now. And waiting for the train, I met this lovely Italian lady, and I was just like drinking a beer with her in the bar of the station. And we were like throughout the trip just chatting together. And when I left the train, she just like held my hands like this, hugged me, and said it was such a pleasure. And like, I don't know, like, I feel like these are the interactions that remind you that like you haven't met all the people that you will like, you haven't met all the people whose life you're gonna change. And sure, it was just a day, it was just one interaction. But like sometimes these sort of interactions with strangers really make you feel like, oh, life is so worth living. Because she's like 70 and she was having such fun with her life. Italian living in Lagos here in Portugal with her husband and just like enjoying. And girl, I want to look like her when I'm 70. She looked fire. So I'm going to have dinner because I'm starving and just take a walk, maybe enjoy a little bit of, the last bit of the sun before the sun sets. And tonight's gonna be a real quiet night. I'm just gonna come back to the hotel and read. And tomorrow there's a little bit of a boat ride, and then I'll see where life takes me. I'm hoping to meet some people on this boat ride and then maybe, follow them around. But yeah, I'm excited. See you soon. So today we're going to the Benaju Caves on a boat. It's going to be around 10:30. Right now it's 8:30. I'm gonna have breakfast at the hotel and then head over there. Right now I just leaving my phone to charge. Frankly, I don't know what I can take. The look of today is very like beach queen, but I don't know if I can take like a backpack. Obviously I want to take the camera. Obviously I want to take my phone. I want to take some photos. So I'm sure you can because people are taking photos on these places. And then after that, the boat comes back to Portimão. And from Portimão, I think I'm going to just enjoy the beaches around here. The energy that I'm having is peace and quiet, and I'm reading a very good book. I want to get tanned. So yeah, I'm excited for that. This ring I bought online, I don't remember. I'm a terrible vlogger. Like I'm not a good influencer, I don't think. But I feel like the goal here is to influence people to live life to the fullest and really enjoy their own presence. And I hope I'm doing it. I'm really excited for today. Like, I'm looking forward to the caves. I think that's gonna be absolutely beautiful. I think those are like, I'm sure they're not world wonders officially, but I'm sure that they're gonna be world wonders to me. My life, unfortunately, has become very monotonous to me, and I feel like I've been living in this sort of vicious cycle of like, I'm grateful I have a job, I'm grateful I have a house, obviously, but at the same time, aren't those the bare minimum as a human being? Like, you should be allowed to have a house, you should be allowed to have food on the table, and then it comes to like the pyramid of basic needs, and I feel like there's some sort of like self-fulfillment that I'm not realizing. And I don't know, I really think that I really feel fulfilled when I meet new people and when I experience new things, when I experience new places. And I'm a beach girl. I'm a beach girl at the end of the day. Like, you can always convince me to go to the beach. I really want to take this experience to heart, into my spirit. And, you know, if it's very positive, I hope that the positive effects stay with me. I hope that I have some sort of breakthrough, even if the breakthrough is like, oh my God, you're a good person who deserves good things. Because it's really easy to lose yourself in that day-to-day depression, which I think is what's been happening to me. So yeah, let's go to the beach. Let's go get away and enjoy our days. So I have 17 minutes to figure out how to get to the boat thing. And they say there's like a dirt road, so I'm gonna look for that. Com emoção!
Capitão Diniz, grande aplauso para o capitão!
So this tour, I must say, was one of the highlights of this trip. I stayed for 4 days in Portimão and Algarve, and I honestly, although this was my first day, this was one of the highlights 100%, because the nature there are so beautiful. The caves and just like the rock formations. I don't know how to say this in English, falésias. Like, they're so beautiful. It's something out of a movie, and it's not something I've seen anywhere else. I know they have, like, I know there are different structures like this over, like, all over Europe, but to me as a Brazilian, I have never seen them. And the water is beautiful. The trip was fun. And I really have Get Your Guide to thank for this. This is not an ad. It's just like, it's just basic info, right? Especially when you're solo traveling, it's so good to have this sort of platform that puts different agencies together to get like stuff like this out to people that are not aware of what they can find where they travel. And the price was really good. It was $13, and honestly, for the experience, I would have paid much more. And they're really inclusive because the touristic guides, they speak multiple languages. They separated the boats with like based on the languages they would speak. So my boat was Portuguese and French. And it was such a lovely time because there was a family close to me, like this little boy was sitting close to me. And they're all Portuguese from the north, where I used to live and study in Porto. So obviously we bonded over that, and also because as a solo traveler, I'm always looking to having like good conversations with people so that obviously they want to see me again and that I don't need to have dinner alone at the end of the day, which is exactly what happened because by the end of the trip, like everyone was just so happy to have experienced that together and to have seen such beauty that even the touristic guide was like, look, there's this one specific restaurant. Obviously, I feel like the touristic guides have either deals or like friendships with these business owners. But she had this one restaurant she recommended called Algarve with B, where the octopus was supposedly, God sent. So I ended up going with this family, and it was so nice because although I do love being alone in a solo travel, and like that's sort of the goal, it's just so nice to interact with new people.
Puerto! Puerto!
And honestly, yeah, I had a great time over it. I also had good food, which I'm gonna show later. After the boat ride, I was alone for like a few hours and I decided, okay, I had a really great time. I need to have a light lunch and go to the beach. So I had some acai from Oakberry. This is a Brazilian brand, if I'm not mistaken. but I honestly think it's the only decent acai in Europe whatsoever, because it just gets worse when it's imported. Like, I don't know how to explain this. It's just sort of, yeah. I also feel like even acai from the northeast of Brazil to go to the southeast, sometimes it loses a little bit of the quality because they change the process, like the processing of it all. So yeah, I had a little acai because it was warm as hell. And then I went to the beach right in front of my hotel, which I think was, wait, what was the name of this beach again? Let me search. Okay, got it, Praia da Rocha. And I stayed there for a few hours just reading my book. At the time, I was reading this book called Floodlines, which is from an Iraqi British author and about Iraqi heritage and a family that's trying to find its history back. And honestly, it's beautifully, beautifully written. It was a great company for this trip. And funnily enough, like as I was on the beach by myself, the family I met on the boat found me on the beach. And like, it's a really big one. It's not a tiny one. It's a long walk. So the fact that they stopped exactly where I was like, okay, destiny. But then by then I was already 2 hours on the beach and I'm like, look, I want to visit some others. So I took the bus to go to Praia do Val, which is a little bit further from the city center. And it was really nice. It was really beautiful, but I definitely preferred the Praia da Rocha, which is the main centered one. Also, can I say one of my biggest struggles in this trip was taking good photos of myself. Like, I felt so cute and tanned, but like also because I feel so vulnerable with the bikini on, I did not want to ask strangers to take photos of me, especially because I'm so annoying when I'm taking photos and like knowing that I want to look a certain way and knowing that I want a certain angle. I would not put a stranger through that while I'm wearing a bikini because I feel like this is just too overwhelming. But trust me when I say it, I tried it all. Like, I tried putting the phone on the rocks. It didn't work, but I took really cute selfies. It's not the same. It's not like a baddie pic, but yeah, it's such like a lovely place and I have no decent photos. So I'm trying to like find one of these like little spaces in the caves to take a photo, and I'm failing miserably. So no baddie photos. But anyways, let's go back. So I got the wrong bus. I don't know what happened. My cognitive system there. But now I'm walking to another one. Let's go. The amount of babies that have waved at me from the moment I left Porto to now has been free. And I'm so happy. Like, I just feel like maybe I'm exuding some kind of like welcoming energy. And that's so sweet. Good morning. Wait, let me put this camera somewhere where I feel like it's not gonna fall off. Today is a bit windier, but my plan is to go to Lagos. I've never been, obviously, and it is said to be one of the most beautiful places here, if not the most. So I'm really excited. I want to hit at least three beaches, and and then we'll see. I have I'm going around 11:55 getting the bus here from Portimão. The bus is usually 25 minutes. I will not buy the ticket back because I don't want to be restrained by it. But there's not a lot of transport from like very later on, so I couldn't really enjoy the nightlife there. I don't know if there is one. I'm sure there is, especially like now during tourist season. But I'm also very chill. Like yesterday, I went to have dinner with the Portuguese family I met on the boat, and they really wanted to go out, and I was like, I am not. I'm too old. I'm too old. I'm in a very, calm, quiet moment of my life. But as we were walking back to my hotel, there was a karaoke bar. And for those of you who do know me, you know that I cannot resist it. So I did sing a little bit. It was like the queue was already backed up, but then like a group of people left, and the lady like gave me a slot. I sang Mamma Mia. I'll see if I can edit the video here. And it was super, super fun. Tonight I might meet them again to go out. I promised them that I would have more energy. We'll see after I don't know how many hours I'll spend on the beach and like with the sun on my head and everything. But I'm really looking forward to today. So the driver on the bus was Brazilian, and he was like, no, this is not the bus you need to take for the beach, so I'm going to Praia Dona Ana. And I'm like, but Google Maps is saying this. And he was like, look, you're gonna have to take a little bit of a walk. I'm like, you know what, let's do the walk. And then he was super nice, from the Northeast, and he might want to move to Belgium. So I'm hoping to see a new Brazilian driver real soon there. So for those of you who have never been to the south of Portugal, I would say if you don't want to explore too much, or if you have a car, because I didn't and I don't, Lagos was the most beautiful place. Maybe staying there would have been more, how can I say? Like just maybe more peaceful, because then I wouldn't need to be traveling so much. And it was definitely the most incredible place I've seen so far. But me personally, I like staying in Portimão because it was a sort of midway from all of them, from Faro, from Lagos, and then also from Albufeira. If you guys are interested, personally, I wouldn't go again, and you guys will see why. But Lagos was definitely the most surprisingly beautiful place I've seen. So that over there is the Dona Ana beach, but this is not the way to it. So I'm coming back from the bridge. That is the Ponte da Piedade, which takes you to like all the beaches that I do want to go. But since I'm already here at Dona Ana, I want to be at Dona Ana. And honestly, it looks fantastic. So it's quite windy. I don't think it's going to be the most enjoyable beach experience, but I got my camera on me, and I think that can be really artistic. Let's see. It's so beautiful. As you can see for yourself, the Praia Dona Ana is incredible. Again, I was just gobsmacked with the beauty of Lagos. So that's why I would recommend it if it's something that, like, if you just want a chill trip instead of really exploring the south, or if you don't have a car, I would say honestly just stay in Lagos. Like, it's truly, truly beautiful. And I would say I regret not staying longer in this beach because then I went on a hike, as you guys will see. And I just didn't get to go to any of the other beaches in the coast except for like the last minute possible. And then I just didn't get to enjoy any of the sun. So yeah, I would have stayed here longer. So lunch was duck with orange sauce, and I had a little bit of a Algarve red. But red wine is not the best when the sun is like on top of your head, screwing with you. So let's see how much I survived today. Starting from Praia Dona Ana, there is this bridge that takes you to Ponta da Piedade. And I kept saying ponte, which means bridge, and I just found out I was wrong the entire time. It's been months from this trip, y'all. Like, I really thought the bridge was called the PD Bridge, and I even mentioned this later on. This is embarrassing. So essentially, instead of ponte, it's ponta, which is sort of like peak. But anyways, throughout this bridge or like this pathway that starts from the Praia Dona Ana, you can find different cliffs, including Ponta da Piedade. Oh my God. I'm so embarrassed. Like, this is honestly, I am not a great vlogger. And that's why I have very few followers. But anyways, like, it takes you from like different cliffs and different beaches all over the place. But like, I couldn't get to any of the other ones except for like the very last minute, which you guys will see. So definitely go ready for a hike if that's something you're interested in. I think it was one of the most rewarding experiences from this trip, like the boat ride and this, but the flip-flops ended me. And look, I'm an Havaiana girly, so I would take that everywhere. But after 3 hours in the scorching sun, my feet were not happy about it. Like, my toes were not happy about it at all. And yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I really went on this hike thinking that I would stop more often for the beaches. So, from what I gather, there's no entrance to Praia do Camelo. So now I'm going to the other one, which I think is at the end of this path. I don't know when this path will end. It feels like I've been in it forever. It might be also just because I'm tired and I want to lie down and I want to get tanned. So I want to find a beach soon. Although I didn't find a beach where I could lie down on, I will say I found these beautiful, beautiful views, and it's definitely worth it. I'm starting to think there are no more beaches, only cliffs to jump from. I will continue to be dramatic throughout this whole hike, but I do want to preface that I am very grateful that I even got to go, that my body is allowed to do it. But having had a goal in mind, I suffered. Life is good again. I ordered strawberry and pistachio. I have no idea if that actually matches, but I could not fathom having like chocolate because I think it's too heavy. But let's sit down somewhere. This is day 5 of my walk in Ponte da Piedade. That was a mosquito trying to bite me. My flip-flops are cutting a little bit through my thumbs. I can feel the thickness of my legs. And I've lost hope to encounter a beach where I can actually lie down. I think this is a long walk where I need to think about my life choices and repent. All jokes aside, it is a very beautiful walk, but I really thought there was going to be more beaches. This is very zoomed in for you to know that I've been raw dogging this walk because I'm not listening to any music, and this is really rare for me. My uncle will tell you that. And it's been an absolutely beautiful walk. But goddamn it, where's the finale? Now I'm walking in what it seems to be a very rich neighborhood. So I'm hoping that my sweated ass looks cute enough for a rich husband. So this looks like the end of the journey. I asked an American couple whether they found the beach, and they said they found it, they just couldn't get to it. So either I'm gonna be lucky, or I'm just gonna give up and honestly get an Uber, or in best scenario a bus, to go to the beach that I was in before. Oh, okay, I'll put this phone there afterwards. But it's supposed to have an entrance because there were people down there. So we'll see. So the last bus that would take me from Praia do Canavial to the bus stop is not running anymore. So I'm gonna see if I can get an Uber in a more lively place. I fell on my ass. I met this Colombian girl. That's not the right order. I met the Colombian girl. We were both looking to the entrance of the beach. I asked a Portuguese lady, and she said that was a very weird path, but it existed. And we went down. I fell on my ass, got some sun for 40 minutes, and then I was like, you know what, we shouldn't go up when it's dark, because it's a tricky walk up. And I feel like now I'm done for the day. I can just go back to my hotel, shower, and be in peace. And eat, but later. I had a very late lunch. You can imagine I was completely beat after finishing this hike, but I got an Uber back to the bus stop. And then as I come back to Portimão, I had a really, really nice Chinese dinner. There were two instances in my life where an Havaiana messed up my thumbs. And yesterday was one of them. So today I'm wearing New Balance to walk around Albufeira. I knew I said I wasn't gonna go. You caught me. But I've been told it has a really nice, cute old town, and it has some beaches. And today I really just want to relax. I'm not gonna take my big camera or anything because it's too heavy. And really I just want to see the old town, and then lie down on the beach and be because it's my last full day in the south, and then I'm back in Belgium. I haven't checked the weather there yet, but I'm assuming it's bad because it always is. So I need to settle down this color for good. And I love that in every video I'm gonna have a different skin tone. Score. So yeah, I'm excited for today, and then tomorrow it's back to the real world, back to life. But I'm gonna say that so far this trip has been really good for me to just interact with the world, and I don't know, love myself in that process. So I'm guessing some of you already know that Albufeira nowadays is really, really popular among British and Irish sort of stag do's. bachelor parties. And now, although it used to be an old fisherman's town, now it's really like a destination for English speakers. I do get on a tangent about it by the end of this video, and I'm sorry, but I don't think that's necessarily bad. I will get on a tangent about it. So to me, when I went to Albufeira, the fun thing for me personally was that I felt really appreciated as a Portuguese speaker, like appreciated by the staff in restaurants and in stores and everything else. Mainly because I feel like I was probably the only Portuguese speaker at that time in this city. So yeah, this was really news to like it was new to me as a Brazilian that have lived in Portugal to be that appreciated for being Brazilian. Maybe I'll get on it some other day, some other time, how my life was in Portugal, which was really good with its, missteps. But yeah, that's all I can say. But also, if you're traveling to the south of Portugal with hopes to see nature and be on the beach, I would not put Albufeira as a destination because this is definitely a place that the old town is really cute and it became quite popular for its bars now. But the beaches are, like, in comparison to Lagos specifically, I didn't think it was all that. I feel like you can definitely get more out of the south of Portugal instead of visiting Albufeira. If your goal is to party and drink, however, maybe this would be an interesting place for you. But as a solo woman traveler, just be mindful. So I got ready in the speed of light, and this is the look. And today, Brazil is playing against Morocco. So I hope the video after this one is a victory one. See ya. Good morning. Wait. Is the camera safe and sound? Are you safe there? Good morning. This is my last day. I'm traveling back to Belgium today. I feel emotional. I don't know if it's because of like the dread of coming back into my routine or just, I've been watching a lot of TikToks that can make me really emotional. So, yesterday was the most chaotic day I've had here because I went to Albufeira, which is like I think it's sort of like the party destination for British and Irish tourists. And I'm pointing them out specifically because I mean, that's the ones that are here the most. And Albufeira has a really cute old town. Like, I really loved that I went there. I love that I decided to do so. And then I went to two beaches there, Praia do Penedo. I'm going to fact check myself in the editing. And Praia da Oura. And it was all quite nice. But as I was leaving Praia da Oura, like, men approached me, and then this guy sort of like ditched his friends to talk to me. And like at that point, it was fine because it was fun conversation. But then at some point, I'm like, this man is kind of killing my vibe, and I told him so. But yeah, we walked together to like the main street of like the party street, and it's Avenida Sá Carneiro, I think. I'm also gonna fact check on that one. And I would say it was good that I had a man with me because I don't think I saw any other woman. Like, maybe two in passing, but never like a group of women alone. And I feel like, those kind of environments are always very telling of like, maybe as a solo traveler, you shouldn't be here. But also, there was a lot of stag dudes. Men are wearing like really fun clothes. I feel like British and Irish people like know how to have fun in a different way than Latinos do. But like, I really appreciate it, and I appreciate like the pub culture so much when it like when there's a boundary of like bothering women, but like I really love how they enjoy it, and it really shows. So like I love to sing with like white man music with them and stuff, and that's what I did. But then walked around a little bit. But I must say, like, it felt like I was in the US or something. Like the bars were huge, and all trying to like portray American party culture of like there was a club there was a bar called Reno, and there was a bar with like a mini Statue of Liberty on top of it. And it's crazy to me that like Albufeira used to be a fisherman's town. I don't know how it got to the point that it is now. And don't get me wrong, like I love tourism, and it's a very important revenue stream here for Portugal. I love being a tourist. I love places that like welcome them. But it gets to a point where, like, if you're being a tourist, you should explore the local culture. That's my opinion. Like, if you just want to go to your own pubs, then you're not really enjoying your experience fully in a different country where you could get to, like, I don't know, drink the local beer, eat the local food instead of, oh my God, there was a place with Irish spice bags. I don't know if you guys have any, like, ever had any of that. And it's such a staple in Irish culture, so like good that there's here. But like, why couldn't I find some like grilled sardines? It's June in Portugal. You should find grilled sardines. And then like, and the whole place should be smelling like grilled sardines. Like, that's the real Portuguese experience for you.